Arledge.
Here.
Alderman Guerin. Alderman Lush. Alderman Fishman.
Yes.
We have a quorum. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we have a presentation of the 2024-25 audit.
Good evening. My name is Blake Pace. I'm a CPA with Decker and Pace CPA firm. I'll be going over your guys' annual financial audit. It'll be for the year ending June 30th, 2025. I'll refer to those blue binders I placed in front of you all. As I'm going through this, if you guys have any questions or comments, just feel free to stop me where I'm at. I'd be happy to answer those. So I'll start with page 1. And page 1 is what's titled the Independent Auditor's Report. And basically this report letter sets the scope for what happens during the audit process. And it does so in 3 main paragraphs. And so there's the opinion paragraphs at the top. There's the responsibilities of management for financial statements, and there's the auditor's responsibility for the audit of financial statements. So kind of in plain English, what these paragraphs say is management is responsible to furnish to us all relevant financial information. So that can be QuickBooks files, bank statements, anything financial in nature that we might ask for. And our job as auditors is to provide an opinion on whether or not the financial information presented to us is 2 things. Whether it's free from material misstatement, meaning the numbers check out, and whether it's in the right format per government accounting standards. And so we express a formal opinion at the top paragraph at the top. And basically what this says is that the city this year received a clean opinion, which is the highest designated opinion you can receive. And it means, in fact, what I said earlier, that the financial information presented in this report is free from material misstatement, and it is in the right format for government accounting standards. So any outside readers, such as banks, bonding agencies, citizens, that's what they're going to be looking for, is that clean or unmodified opinion. So all good on that front. That being said, I'll just kind of briefly cover some of the financial highlights for the year, compare some of that to prior years, and just point out anything that we noticed financially. And I'll do so starting on page 6 for that. Page 6 is what's commonly known as a profit and loss statement, although this statement has a different name for government accounting purposes. But this profit and loss is just specifically for your governmental funds, so your general, police, street, park, as opposed to your proprietary funds or your utility funds. So government accounting standards require that we show this separately, and so that's why you're just seeing the governmental funds here. But in total, those funds had revenues of $805,814, had expenditures of $850,849, and you'll see below some transfers in and out, leading to a net change in fund balance of negative $15,929. Last year, this net change was negative $76,000, so we're showing improvement from the prior years. But although that number is negative, really all of your figures are pretty consistent with prior year, and revenue is up a little bit, hence the better net change this year. But really the main thing that we look at in terms of this report is how does your cash balances within the governmental funds specifically compared to your annual expenditures. So your annual expenditures for the year was roughly $850,000. And if you break that down on a monthly basis, we want anywhere from 3 months to 6 months of that figure setting aside in cash. So that would be a target cash balance of $213,000 to $426,000, specifically within the governmental funds. And you guys had well above that. You had $767,000 roughly in cash within the governmental funds. So well exceeds our target expectation of cash balances. again, specifically within these funds. So nothing really major to note there. Again, everything was pretty consistent with prior years. Page 9 is a similar statement. As mentioned earlier, we're required to show this separately. So this is the profit and loss statement specifically for your water, sewer, and refuse funds. And kind of similar comments here. You had operating revenues of $893,303, expenses of $1,162,407, and then down below you'll see some interest, income, and expense, leading to a net loss in total of $320,892. So a few things that we look at here. Whereas the governmental funds profit and loss isn't required to pick up depreciation, the proprietary funds with utility funds, we have to pick up depreciation. So that's an expense of $312,000. That contributes to some of that net loss. But again, nothing really overly different from prior years. Everything was fairly consistent. And again, our main thing is, how does your cash within those utility funds compare to your expenses? And so, again, from that $1.1 million expense number, we look at 3 to 6 months being the goal. So that's anywhere from $290,000 to $580,000 roughly in cash within those funds. And within the utility funds, you had $712,000 of cash. So, again, regardless of the net loss, really exceptional cash balances in those funds. Really a better representation of, cash into the utility funds and cash out is what we call the statement of cash flows on page 10. And page 10, again, it really shows that profit and loss. It includes depreciation and some other items that don't include cash, but this is just strictly cash in and cash out. And so there's two, and then this is really just for utility funds. It does not include your governmental funds. So two things we look at here. The first is about halfway down the page. It says net increase, decrease in cash and cash equivalents. So you'll see in that far right column that the utility funds decreased their cash balance by $637,711. Most of that decrease, if you'll look up, there's a figure $298,558. That is the interfund due to due from transfers. Basically, in years past, funds had loaned money within the government into other funds, and so that negative number just shows the repayment of money back to those funds. So it's $300,000 of that $637,000 decrease is money staying within the government as a whole. So not really too alarming. It's just getting moved around. Really, the main thing that we look at is the line or two up. There's a line that says net cash provided by or used for operating activities. And this line is a good indicator of, are you operating within your respective water sewer rates? And so you can see the water fund, they had $89,000 roughly provided by operating activities. That would indicate that based off your expenses, you're kind of operating well within your rates. Whereas the sewer fund, they had a net cash used for operating activities of $98,000. And so really what that would indicate is maybe it's time to start talking about increasing rates in the sewer fund or somehow cutting costs. But we would ideally like to see that sewer number as a positive year after year. And really we would like to see in total that number provided by operating activities. We'd like to see it positive to the extent that you can cover your principal and interest payment on the debt. And so you'll see the net cash used for operating activities is negative $6,100 roughly, and your principal and interest paid for the year is in the ballpark of $200,000. So we would like to see the net cash provided by operating activities, within that $200,000 ballpark, just so that would indicate that your water and sewer operations are producing enough cash flow to pay off your debt, basically. Really, you have a lot of cash within those funds, so it's nothing that's extremely alarming. We watch that each year, and if the cash gets below that 3 to 6 month threshold, then that's going to be kind of more of a an alarm, but that's not really the case with your guys' cash balances, but just something to keep an eye on moving forward is those sewer rates specifically, and really try to get those balances to where you can cover your annual debt. So that's kind of our main comment, is that specifically on the statement of cash flows. Other than that, no really major concerns or comments from our office. If we did have any major concerns, we would put them in that loose leaf letter attached with the audit, and it's called the management letter. But if you flip through that, you'll see there's no major concerns, comments, anything of that nature. That being said, any questions or comments you guys might have?
Business, but if we were to raise our sewer rates, since we have to do a state loan, do I need to go through them for that? For projections, or do?
I would check with them first, because they've got certain ratios they want to run and stuff they look at, so.
Okay, because I know I sent him the numbers, and he was waiting on this.
Yeah.
When I was doing an audit with them.
And he might even have kind of thresholds and ratios that he wants to see in terms of increases. So yeah, I would start with them first.
Okay, and that would probably be better to take them into effect like beginning of the fiscal year, or would it not? I think it would be better
Yeah, it'd be
for
more,
tracking purposes.
right. Yeah, it'd be more up to you guys. For the audit purposes, it's not going to throw anything off. I mean, it would just be something where we would get notified and we
Well, I
would.
was trying to get the extra 6 months to work on this.
Right. Yeah, no really preference either way. Like I said, your guys' cash balances are good, so it's not like we're trying to sound the alarm by any means. Just something we want you guys to keep an eye on. So it would be totally.
But yeah, but I've heard this for the last probably 3 or 4 years from Marshall and stuff,
Right.
so I think it's time to really investigate that.
Yeah.
So that we don't go into a deficit.
Right.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You guys think of any questions or comments after the fact? Our numbers on that letterhead, so feel free to give us a call. It's all included in the price of the audit. We'd be happy to answer any questions you guys might have.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Okay, so we have approval of the minutes of the previous meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the legislative session of October 14th, 2025.
Alderman Losh makes the motion to approve the minutes from October 14th, 2025 regular legislative session. Alderman Bushman, second the motion. Alderman Arledge.
Yes.
Alderman Guerin. Alderman Losh.
Yes.
Alderman Bushman.
Yes.
The minutes of the previous October 14th, 2025 meeting have been approved. So approval and of the October 25 utility adjustments are none. Approval of the October 2025 financials.
I make a motion to approve the October 2025 financials.
Second.
Alderman Losh makes the motion to approve the October 2025 financials. Alderman Arledge, second the motion. Alderman Arledge.
Yes.
Alderman Guerin. Alderman Losh.
Yes.
Alderman Bushman.
Yes.
October 2025 financials are approved. Are there any public comments? Did anyone sign up for public comment? No. Okay, so this one is going to be tricky.
Okay, what we're doing, so everybody will know on this ordinance, we're going to amend it because we need an effective date, and the city attorney and I worked with staff. So we're gonna amend the ordinance to amend this chapter, and then we're gonna have it to be effective January 1 of 2026.
Okay, so bill number 202525-006, we're going to amend an ordinance to amend chapter 610, peddlers and solicitors of the city of Sparta, to be effective January 1st, 2026.
Solid.
Okay. Mouthful.
Okay. It's just we're just saying. Well, we just, we did it on this first.
Have a first reading.
I hear you. Is it middle?
Okay, I'm the only one that has to do that.
Okay, so you're just gonna. I make a motion to put.
Okay, I make a motion to put Bill 202525-006 on its first reading by title and description only.
Second.
Okay, Alderman Losh puts bill number 202525-006 on its first reading by title and description only. Alderman Bushman, second the motion. Alderman Arledge,
Yes.
Alderman Guerin, Alderman Losh,
Yes.
Alderman Bushman.
Yes.
Bill number 202525-006, amended an ordinance to amend chapter 610, peddlers and solicitors of the city of Sparta, effective January 1st, 2026.
Okay, I move to give ordinance 202525-006 second and final reading by title and description only.
Alderman Losh puts bill number 202525-006 on its second and final reading by title and description only. Alderman Bushman, second the motion. Alderman Arledge,
Yes.
Alderman Guerin, Alderman Losh,
Yes.
Alderman Bushman.
Yes.
Bill number 202525-006, amended an ordinance to amend chapter 610, peddlers and solicitors of the city of Sparta, effective January 1st, 2026.
Okay. I make a motion to adopt resolution 202525-006.
Alderman Losh makes a motion to adopt bill number 202525-006 by title and description only. Alderman Bushman, second the motion. Alderman Arledge,
Yes.
Alderman Guerin, Alderman Losh,
Yes.
Alderman Bushman. Bill number 202525-006 is hereby adopted. There are no resolutions, there are no ceremonial matters. So we have a report from our officer, actually Sergeant.
Chief Taylor will be making a report to each of you each month to give you an idea of what our department is doing. If anyone has, at any point, has any specific questions unanswered in this report, please let Chief Taylor know. Comparing 2024 to 2025, calls for service in 2024 came in at 210. We increased those by 150 to 360 in 2025. We wrote 20 citations in 2024 and 26 in 2025. We made 5 arrests in 2024 and 16 arrests in 2025. Chief Taylor is pleased to share several exciting updates that reflect the continued progress of our department and our commitment to public safety made possible by your ongoing support. Last month, Chief Taylor informed you that we were awarded the Blue Shield grant and that he would be following up with additional information in the months to come. The new vehicle, we were awarded that grant and decided to use it to purchase a new vehicle that is scheduled to arrive within the next 30 days. We have been in contact with En route to coordinate the installation of the equipment. However, as of now, no specific date has been set for that installation. As mentioned previously, the grant will cover a portion of the equipment cost, but not all. Chief Taylor is requesting, it is on the agenda for tonight's meeting, permission to sell the 2018 Ford Explorer Police Interceptor and apply the proceeds toward completing the equipment installation of the new vehicle. At last month's Southwest Missouri Police Chiefs meeting, Chief Taylor and the other chiefs discussed the 287G program, which is a memorandum of understanding MOU and with Department of Homeland Security, DHS/ICE. Under this program, participating law enforcement agencies have officers complete a 40-hour certification course. In return, DHS provides reimbursement for overtime, partial officer salaries, $100,000 in equipment funding, annual officer bonuses, and additional compensation per ICE-related arrest. Initially, Chief Taylor didn't think this program would apply to us. We hadn't had a DHS or ICE-related arrest in the 10 years he has been here. However, in the last 30 days, Officer White has made 9 arrests involving undocumented individuals during 3 separate traffic stops. Based on this, we have signed the MOU and begun the process of enrolling our officers in the certification training. This will be a significant benefit for both the city and our officers. All of our paid officers have been registered for this program. Additional updates, Sergeant Usher served as a guest speaker at the Buckle Up Phone Down Conference for Missouri Department of Highway Safety on October 29th. We partnered with the Ozarks Jeep Club and the Sparta First Baptist Church to do a trunk or treat for Halloween. Despite the foul weather and rescheduling, we had a phenomenal turnout and a good group of kids to attend. October also featured Persimmon Days and Sparta Heritage Days, both of which were successful community events. Sincerely, Chief Travis Taylor.
Thank you. Paige, we have a partner.
Not much to report. The Christmas parade is on December 6th. The pictures of Santa in here at 3:30 and the parade starts at 5:30. We're also getting a new Christmas tree because the old one has gone. It's gone.
We have backbeat it. Do we know when that's gonna get delivered?
So I'm gonna go pick it up on Wednesday.
Okay. And you're gonna help,
Calling it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
and you're gonna help? Okay. Perfect. Well, it was kind until the worms got hold of it.
Yeah.
Okay, building report, Robert?
Nothing crazy this month. We have a few new permits and a couple of completed permits. If you see any addresses on there you have any questions about, let me know.
I think so.
That's it.
Thank you very much. Here's new, existing business. So new business with discussion and approval for septic variance for Toby Sherrill at Industrial Park.
I have his permit to you, so you guys can see he has the actual permit from him. You will when he's fine. Yes. We did a lot of this, we done it for,
Put me on the spot. I can't think of his name.
Justin,
Bruce.
Justin Bruce.
Yes.
basically saying he had to have the permit from county that was to do it.
Yes.
And we can't really afford the sewer out there.
Same place.
Yes, it's just a little ways past him. That's just.
So every line. Just a motion to approve. I make a motion to approve the septic variance for Toby Cheryl Industrial Park.
I second.
Alderman Bushman makes a motion to approve the septic variance for Toby Sherrill at Industrial Park. Alderman Marsh, second the motion. Alderman Arledge.
Yes.
Alderman Guian. Alderman Marsh.
Yes.
Alderman Bushman.
Yes.
The motion to approve the septic variance for Toby Sherrill is approved. Discussion and approval of the bid for the pavilion in the grassy area at the old Legacy Bank / Event Center.
They only have 2 bids coming in and they're both.
Pretty good.
And do you have any questions? We'll show them if you have any questions. I don't think I see the other guy that did it.
Oh, sure.
Kevin Sherman. You guys have any questions for me?
I don't think I have any questions.
Trying to get you up.
Would you like to speak, sir?
And I mean, I've talked to Robert about everything, about how we're gonna build it, talked to Becky in detail of, because, I mean, just because like the ad on Facebook, or, you know, the ad you guys put out for it was kind of vague, which is nobody's fault. It's just, there's just certain details that you can't put all the details in there.
Sure.
But between talking to Robert on how to build it, to your codes, and Becky on what you guys want, I think, like I've included everything in there for it. And if we end up getting it, I'll bring you a color sheet and work out some of those little details with you on just what, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. So I kind of explained before what we're going to use the pavilion for, just for any of the festivals that we have, anything for the park board that they wish to use it for. So it's going to be kind of a community pavilion. If people want to have birthday parties there, they can. They want to have, we'll have farmers market there during the summer if they wish to. That'll be where we also do the Sweet Pea Memorial. I was kind of waiting for that to take place before we do anything with the Sweet Pea statue and memorial. But Heritage Days will be able to use it. Any of the businesses in town, if they wish to use it.
We just need to agree on vote and
Yeah, just
pass it.
mhm. Yeah. Whichever bid.
Everybody good to move?
We just have to state that, yeah, you agreed with that.
I make a motion to approve Luke Shelton's bid for 23,640, is that right? For the pavilion, for the grassy part of the old Legacy Bank / Event Center.
I second.
Alderman Bushman makes a motion to approve the bid from Luke Shelton Construction LLC in the amount of $23,640. Alderman Marsh, second the motion. Alderman Arledge.
Yes.
Alderman Guerin. Alderman Losh,
Yes.
Alderman Bushman,
Yes.
a motion to approve the bid from Link Shell Construction LLC in the amount of $23,640 is approved. Discussion and approval for 417 Roadhouse to set up for the Sparta Christmas event on 2/6/2025 for a beer garden. So what I have spoken with him about is he would like to set up beside Deadeye on Deadeye's side, a little beer garden. And if you'd like to come forward and tell us a little bit more about that, as far as what that entails.
Well, there's just one minor change. It's not 417, it's actually 14s. So written out the word 14 apostrophe Z.
Okay.
And then that's the name of our business. So we would like to set up a beer garden the night of the parade, the Christmas parade, and the Pictures with Santa, which we just found out was at 3:30. I guess we were under the impression that that was after the parade.
In the past, it has been after. This year, they've decided to do 3:30 for everything, all the festivities before, and then the parade, and then after the parade, I guess everybody just disperses.
It's done.
Here before the break. I will note that we're gonna have announcers set up right away by Deadeye as well, so I don't know how much space it's gonna take up.
Basically, his property, which is a telephone poles to go through there, we're just opening up a temporary fence. You have to be inside that to consume the alcohol, purchase the alcohol. You would not be allowed to take it out.
On the street
On
or
the
the
street,
sidewalk
on the
or
sidewalk,
in any
yeah.
businesses.
You have to stay in there. We just left meeting with Jonathan, like some propane heaters or that fire pit or, something along that line just to put in there. People can hang out, before the parade, during the parade, after the parade, as long as we're probably gonna be closed by 8, 9 o'clock, be out. So we are just doing beer and wine. 2 options of wine and maybe 5 to 6 options of beer, all aluminum or cardboard or plastic, even glass.
Okay. So is it 14th Roadhouse?
14, like the word 14 apostrophe Z, 14's Roadhouse.
Okay.
We are currently in Verona, Missouri. We are at the corner of 14 and Z. So that's why it's called 14 Roadhouse. But we enjoy the Sparta community and we come to all the events.
Usually we're in the parade.
Yeah.
Are you still going to be in the parade if you do this?
I think we have to
We're gonna have
conquer
to-
and divide.
Okay.
Divide and conquer on that.
Yeah, we'll get a few more drivers maybe.
Yes.
Perfect.
The kids will not let us not.
Yes,
Parade.
that's their favorite part is throwing out candy.
That's great. Do you have any questions? I have met them. I haven't done my questions.
I make a motion to approve 14's Roadhouse to set up for our Christmas event, 12/6/25 for a beer garden.
I second. Alderman Bushman makes the motion to approve 14th Roadhouse to set up for the Sparta Christmas event, 12/6/2025 for a beer garden. Alderman Launch second the motion. Alderman Arledge,
Yes.
Alderman Guerin, Alderman Launch,
Yes.
Alderman Bushman.
Yes.
The motion to approve 14th Roadhouse to set up for the Sparta Christmas event, 12/6/2025 for a beer garden is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Discussion and approval to put out a bid to sell the 2018 Ford Interceptor SUV. Sorry to usher us back.
As previously discussed, we received a Blue Shield grant to cover the cost of a new police interceptor. that will arrive in the next 30 days. We've been in contact with En route to coordinate the installation of the equipment. However, as of now, no specific date has been set. We would like to ask the city council for permission to sell the 2018 Ford Explorer Police Interceptor and apply those proceeds toward completing the equipment installation of the new vehicle. We want to put out silent bids to receive them and put a minimum amount accepted.
You guys do still things, or you just?
We'll just seal.
I believe he said seal. I believe he did, yeah. And then a minimum amount accepted. It has to reach a certain amount before we can.
Are we gonna advertise the minimum amount?
We don't want one,
Okay.
Remember, it's going away.
yeah,
Any bids or?
we didn't talk about it, bare minimum on.
Okay.
I didn't discuss that with him either, except for the letter, so. I'm not sure. I know him and I had discussed the minimum bid, but not if it would be announced or not, that I don't know.
Can we just approve of what they do?
Yep, we can. Yeah, and then they can figure out the details. Yeah, absolutely.
Motion to approve, the police department put up for bids for the 18 Ford Interceptor SUV.
I second.
Alderman Bushman makes a motion to approve putting out bids to sell the 2018 Ford Interceptor SUV. Alderman Lodge, second the motion. Alderman Arledge.
Yes.
Alderman Guerin. Alderman Lodge.
Yes.
Alderman Bushman.
Yes.
The request to put out bids to sell the 2018 Ford Interceptor SUV is approved. So discussion and approval to transfer $116,638 from the street funds to the general funds for reimbursement. Becky, you want to explain that a little better?
Going through the audits with our CPA and everything, this is funds that need to come back to our general fund, that's what we paid for, that was street projects. Last year, we had almost 600,000 to transfer, this year, we're transferring 116,638, that'll catch us up.
It's your turn. Kid, you said it's your turn.
You said it's your turn, sir. Make a motion.
Okay. I recommend that we approve transfer of $116,738 from the street fund to the general fund for reimbursement.
A second.
Alderman Arledge makes the motion to approve the transfer of $116,638 from the street account to the general account for reimbursement. Alderman Bushman, second the motion. Alderman Arledge.
Yes.
Alderman Guerin. Alderman Lodge.
Yes.
Alderman Bushman.
Yes.
The motion to transfer $116,638 from the street fund to the general fund for reimbursement is approved. There are no closed sessions. Did y'all have any miscellaneous business you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
Did you have any miscellaneous business you wanted to talk about? Okay. Let's wait for an adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Alderman Lodge makes the motion to adjourn. Alderman Bushman, second the motion. Alderman Arledge.
Yes.
Alderman Guerin. Alderman Lodge.
Yes.
Alderman Bushman.
Yes.
November 10th, 2025 regular Board of Alderman meeting closes at 6:40. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.